Hey guys, I'm back here again. Got another quick video here for you. This is the follow-up video for the Troy-Bilt snowblower here we got in early last week, and we finally got the parts over here for it as well too. We had to do the entire fuel system clean, and it basically needed a new carb. The tank needed to be totally cleaned out about 3 times. So it needed a new carb, new intake gasket. The tank and lines need to be totally purged because the guy had old gasoline here for at least 3 to 4 years. The machine basically been sitting for at least 3 years. The customer told me over here, and this is the good old dual stage Troy-Bilt machine. This is their bigger dual stage machine. It's the 2620, 26-inch cutting path on this one right here for snow. So you got your clearing path information right there. Electric start, just one-hand operation. You got 6 forward gears and 2 reverse on here, and the augers, they look quite good on here. Look almost like perfect on it. The actual auger portion there, it looks like this machine was hardly ever used out there, maybe 2 or 3 times out or so. Everything looks good. The pins look great on there. The auger pins look great. No problem with them at all. Everything looks fine on there. It's always a good idea when you're inspecting them, first of the year, or whenever you get ready to get your machine ready for the season out there. Give these things a good pull on here, but you never know if these pins might, get loose or break. Because I had one guy. You will not believe it. He sucked up a brick with one of his machines out there, and what happened was the auger pins did not break in time, and the guy's transmission had to be replaced on it because of that fact right there for that. So these pins don't always break in time for any kind of damage to occur on there. Sometimes they might break early to save your transmission. Other times they break after you suck something up in there, and it screws up your transmission. And we had a guy about 8 or 10 years ago. The pins failed to break in time, and the transmission had to be replaced on her. And the job was like, $400 to $500 to the job, because you got to take your whole transmission out of the machine right here and put a whole new shaft assembly in there for that. And you got to take off the whole entire housing. You got to separate the whole casing from the power unit down there as well too. And it was a real job. It was probably about a 6 to 7 hour job for us over here for it, because we want to do it right. Take your time. Don't screw up out there. Put it all back together and do a thorough testing of the machine after it's done. So we got the machine all ready to go over here, running great. It's still cold out here. It's about 28 degrees with a wind chill. Got the old carb right here as well too. This is the old carb part number. We'll show you that from the box right here. Here's the box, and here's the come see, you can show you the part number on here somewhere. It should be. To get a top on here for that. So you can zoom in here and show you that right there. Let me see. There you go. Right. Come on, zoom in, camera. Okay, there we go. There's your part number right there. It's the middle OEM number right there. And these carbs, they're about 28, 30 bucks on here for new carb. Brand new carb on the bottom down. You can see it right there. There's a new carb down there. This thing's spitting a little bit of oil out here from the valve cover on it, but that does happen from time to time because they got a really crappy design on these things right here. This one, the call the pipe on here, or I should say the rubber boot. Somebody took the clamp off on this one right here, and they didn't fail to put it back on. It looked like somebody might have been Mickey Mouse in there or something like that, and they tried to do it themselves, but it's missing the clamp on this one. You got a little bit of a oil residue down there. It's just spitting out a little bit on her for that. So this is their Chinese sourced engine on this one right here from Troy-Bilt or MTD, whatever you want to call it. That's what they use on these newer machines. Like I'd say, like post 2008, 2009, after Tecumseh went out of business. So a machine post 2008, 2009 is going to have some kind of a Chinese engine on it, like this one right here for that. So we'll go ahead and fire this sucker up here, and we'll demonstrate the functionality of all the goodies on the machine here as well too. You got your drive control in the back here. You got your auger control over here. You got your chute assembly right here as well too. This one swings around pretty good right here, like so. You got one control for that right there. Works perfectly fine. It does not have the second option right here for the vertical movement, or I say vertical up and down movement for the actual height on. I mean this thing should go up and down if you have the optional provision here for that, but this model does not have that for the moving of the vertical piece right here, because typically they have a manual. This thing can be moved manually, or it'll be moved via the control pad in the back like this one has, but it does not have the provisions for that. Plus you also have your transmission selector gear over here. You got reverse number 2 all the way up to number 6 on here as well too for that. So that's fired up here. Enough of the BS. Okay, we'll prime it one time. This thing should be still warm. I had it run here for about 10-15 minutes ago, so we'll fire it up here. Let me take it off choke. There we go. And it's running great. No bad idling. Running perfectly fine on high speed. And we'll go ahead and put it on low speed here. There's low speed. Everything looks good on that. And we'll go ahead and put it in drive on here to check the low speed out and see how it drives like so. So put the thing engagement and driving good. You always want to check it on the low speed with a high gear setting on it, because that's how you put a lot of load onto the machine to verify the drive is functional for the customer. Okay, we'll check the primer bulb. That's good to go. Let's check the choke. Choke's good. Okay, we'll check the augers. Make sure the augers are spinning. Let's take a look down inside the chute on here. Let me turn the augers on. Augers are spinning. Let's see, let's show you that down there. Doesn't want to do it too good. Sorry about that. The augers are spinning down there, so they're working fine. So that's your good old Troy-Bilt 26-inch cutting path machine made by MTD. Nice big cutting path on it. It's perfect for bigger driveways out there for that. This is mainly meant for like medium-sized driveways. So it'll work perfectly fine for probably about a foot and a half of snow out there if you have that kind of snow in your driveway. And this one also has the optional electric start on the side right here as well too. So everything's ready to go for the customer. Back to them. We'll go ahead and gun it up here again. Sounds great. Auger sounds great. So it's good to go. That's everything we did on the job here. We changed the spark plug, spark plug oil change a couple times, new carb on here, and cleaned out the tank and also the lines down as well too. This job right here typically takes probably about I'd say about probably about 1.5 to almost 2 hours start to finish out there for that. The biggest problem on this kind of machine is taking apart the stupid goofy intake system they have on this thing. You got to take this whole box assembly they got on this thing. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 5, 6 bolts on this thing over here that have to be taken off here as well too. Plus you got to take off your primer bulb. You got to take off your throttle linkage right here. You got to take your choke mechanism off here as well too. And this whole thing just pulls right out of there. And it's really a stupid design they came up with on this machine. I don't know why they came up with that design. Should be a lot more simple than this type right here, but it is what it is, and that's what it is. So if anybody has any comments, questions, whatnot, as usual, feel free to drop me a message here, and I'll try to get back to you. Probably within 24, 48 hours, you post some kind of quick question about this machine specifically for that, and I'll put a link at the bottom of that page for the a price and also the part number for the genuine OEM carb on this specific model for that, guys. So feel free to drop me a message, and I'll see you guys. Have a nice day.